Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. High 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on high702.5fm.com.
What's up, Laugh Therapy listeners and all my jokers, and welcome to, I don't even know which episode of Laugh Therapy this is. Do you know which one we're on? It's like 40. It's like episode 40 of Laugh Therapy. Thank you guys so much for tuning in with us every Thursday, and we're getting ready to, get it poppin'. I am your host, Joe King, and of course, I have my beautiful co-host with me,
JD, a.k.a. Sunshine. Pew, 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 pew.
Pew, pew, my baby
I still got to give my sound effect. I need my pew, 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 pew.
She's like, I'm going to make my own until we get a soundboard. That's cool. Guys, we are doing a continuance today of last week's episode to test our morality, our compassion. So we are doing ethical dilemmas again, to where we will give each other scenarios and see, how we would handle them and how we would handle them differently just based on our personalities. And again, guys, you guys already know I'm going to keep it real. I stay honest, whether you guys feel that my answer is asshole-ish and real insensitive, or whether you guys feel like I'm the most compassionate person ever. I'm going to tell y'all the real on how I would handle these situations, which is why I'm grateful I'll probably never be in any of them. Okay? So we're going to dive on in. Babe, you want to start with your question?
Yeah, okay. I'm not going to start with the first one we had lined up. I'm going to start with the second one. So if you had a chance to save a loved one's life by stealing a life-saving drug from someone else who needed it, knowing it's illegal and the person would die without it that you stole it from, would you steal it for your family member?
It depends on who the loved one was. I ain't even gonna hold you. It depended on who the loved one was. Immediate family, 100%. 100%. If it was like one of my kids or one of my siblings.
You know who your immediate family is, though, right? Your daddy.
Yeah, I'd still steal it from my father.
Your real daddy?
Oh.
That's what I'm talking about. Not our daddy.
I would.
He might be listening.
I still think that I would steal it from my dad because I love my dad. We have so much history and I have so much confusion that I feel like he can't give me answers. He can't give the child in me the answers that she deserves. Mm. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. He cannot give the child in me, and the adult in me understands. Like the mother that I am today understands the decisions that my father made when he was younger. To be in your 20s and be responsible for multiple children. To be in your 20s and be a divorcee twice, right? To be in your 20s and be trying to work to supply for not one kid, not two kids, but 5 children.
And knocking women's heads between the washer and the dryer.
Right. It can drive you to some points of frustration that may make you feel like you need to knock somebody's head between the washer and the dryer. I understand some of his decisions. Would
you be as forgiving if he was knocking your mama head between the washer and the dryer?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
But he hit my mama. That's for my siblings to determine and deal with their parents, because they had to deal with it. I just had to witness it. That's different.
Damn.
Yeah, that's different.
I'm sorry you had to witness that.
Yeah, me too.
And that is the therapy part of the session today.
Thank God for therapy. But yeah, I still think that I would try and save my father. If I could save him, I would save him. I just don't think that I would. I still don't think I would fuck with him after. Like, I'm glad he got to live his
medicine,
life.
here.
Exactly. Here, live your life. Somebody died for that, by the way, but here's your life. And yeah, because he still supplies for my siblings. He still has people who, he helps their lives. He betters their lives. I'm just not one of those people.
Well, if you technically think about it, like, everything we take, somebody has sacrificed something.
Very true.
The first Sudafed probably killed 13 motherfuckers first.
People who were testing that motherfucker, lungs just collapsed, and we're like, I feel so much better. You feel me? So I feel like,
for me, so yours depends on who the family member you're trying to save is. Mm-hmm. Mine depends on who has to die. I
wouldn't have asked. So yeah, that's
yeah.
That's good thinking. I wouldn't have asked. I wouldn't have wanted to know because I wouldn't have wanted the guilt.
But you had to go to the person and steal it from their shit.
Right, but I mean, as far as knowing them personally, I don't want to know if they have kids. I don't want to know if they're married. I don't want to know if they, if they were going to beat the sickness, if they had to do something for the drug. I don't want to know none of that shit. All I want to know is where the drug is. That's it. Don't tell me nothing about your life. Don't plead. Don't nothing. Just tell me where it is so I can get it and I can go. And then I can make up a story of how you were a horrible person in my head later.
Delusion. You gonna live in delusion?
I mean, it's technically not delusion. I'm sure he did something wrong in his life at some point in time.
So for me, it's probably only like a handful of people I wouldn't steal the drug from. Let's just put that out there. Like I said, it depends on who it was. Like if it was Obama, I wouldn't steal his medicine. Like the Obamas, I wouldn't steal their medicine. I would let them live. And just tell them, my mama finna die because I didn't steal your medicine. And maybe my mama can get some libraries and some streets named after her, but
I'd probably try to negotiate. I would steal the medicine and then tell them I fucking got it. I might be going to prison, but my mama finna live. Right, but my mama finna live. So the way that you got the medicine, either get it again, tell me how you got it so we can get it again, or you finna die, big dog, because I'm getting it from my mama. You a former president. You have access. Figure it out.
Yeah, like I said, it'd be only a handful of people I wouldn't kill. Because essentially, you killing somebody when you steal it.
Okay, I'll ask the next one. A close friend is struggling with addiction, and you discover that they are buying drugs online. That's stupid. Anyway, would you report them to the authorities to help them, or maintain their trust by keeping the secret?
Oh, so what I would do is I would talk to them and tell them, look, you need to check into a facility, you need to get help, or I'm going to the authorities. You got two choices to make, big dog, because you're on a downward spiral. You Draymonin' out here. We can't have that.
Don't do Mr. Green. Okay.
I wanted to talk about that, but I know your love and admiration for him. Green. But yeah, that's what I would do. I would give them an ultimatum. So, yeah. What about you?
I'd probably become a pain in the ass.
You off them drugs yet?
Yeah, I just become a pain in the ass. I'd steal their drugs. I wouldn't use them, but I just steal their drugs. Every time they got delivered, they'd be like, "Where's my shit?"
You out here stealing Amazon packages of drugs.
You out here ordering Amazon packages of drugs, dumbass. So, yep. Show what up.
You meeting the drug dealer at the mailbox.
Facts. I take them and bury them in the backyard every goddamn time they came.
You going
like,
to
I don't know what's happening,
Wilbur.
But I had to order me some more. Oh, you did? Damn. Yeah. Okay, cool. When they get delivered? When they get here? Oh, okay, cool. So, damn, you got to stay sober until then? Damn, that's fucked up. Okay, so they'll be here in 3 days? Cool. And on that third day, you best believe I'm going to be watching the mailbox like a hawk.
I used to secretly throw my dad's cigarettes in the trash. And he would be mad as hell looking for them damn cigarettes.
I threw my Uncle Tracy's out the window in the car.
I probably did that too.
Ooh, he was so mad. But he knew he couldn't whoop me because my daddy had beat his ass.
And you such a bad at, and you can't whoop me.
I knew he couldn't whoop me. Soon as he put his hands on me, I was gonna tell I was gonna tell quick, boy. I was gonna tell my daddy. He hit me! He hit me! And I was a lot like Legend. I only told half the story when I was little, so I only told the half where they were wrong. I never told the half where I was.
Did you get out of that?
Well, yeah, you should know that now. As an adult, I tell the full story. That way people can tell me if I'm wrong, because I really want to know now. But when I was a child, I didn't give a fuck if I was wrong or not. They did that and they were wrong. Correct them. Don't talk to me.
And that's how you tell the stories about your childhood too. And I was right.
And I was right. Because that's all that mattered to me. I was right. Now, as an adult, I try and look at things from both points of view, put myself in somebody else's shoes, and then I tell the story from both sides so that people can tell me, like, oh, nah, that person was just wrong, or nah, Joe, you could have done this differently, or you did that, or da-da-da-da-da. But yeah, when I was a child, nah, you was wrong. I was telling. You was wrong.
Okay, so if you find a large sum of money in the
It's mine!
Damn, you didn't even let me finish.
Oh, sorry.
If you find a large sum of money in a lost wallet, do you return it, even though you're facing financial difficulties, or keep it to alleviate your struggles.
Oh, that's different than what I thought you was going to say. How large of a sum? If it's like a few $100s, then I'm going to return that. If I find a wallet and they was dumb enough to have like $10,000 in it, then I'm going to relieve them of that $10,000 and then give them their wallet back. Or return the wallet to Lost and Found.
And say, I just found it like that.
I wouldn't say shit. I would say I found this wallet. I wouldn't say found it like that. That's guilt. Nope, you don't need to add none of that extra information on there. Excuse me, is this yours?
I'm surprised.
Oh, well, there's a wallet on the floor.
I'm surprised by your answer.
Comic-wise, I didn't answer yet.
Oh, my bad. I thought you said you would take it.
Oh, originally before you finished the question, I said, it's mine. For me, money comes and goes. It comes in seasons. So I probably wouldn't even open the shit unless I was looking for an ID to give it back. And then if I saw money in it, I'm assuming that if you got that much cash in your wallet, it is because you were planning on making a large purchase. So yeah, I'd probably just give the wallet back. Just me being me.
Yeah, I feel the same way sitting right here. I feel the same way sitting right here that I would return it and not touch any of the money. And maybe they would be gracious enough to give me a little bit. I wouldn't be expecting it. But right here sitting at the table, that's what I feel like I would do, is return it with all of their money intact. Now, seeing $10,000, if they just had a wad of cash in their wallet, seeing it up close, I'm not even going to sit here in front. I might think about taking some.
Just reach in and grab a little bit. Just whatever it is that I grab on this first look in there is gonna be what I keep, and then put it in your pocket.
Yeah,
and then go return it.
I found this wallet.
Yeah, you got $8,300 in there. Did you know
I
that?
counted it, big dog.
They be like, it was 10.
What?
Oh, you got robbed. Here's your wallet though.
You're welcome.
Ain't you so grateful for me?
I did that for you, big dog.
Okay, next question. Oh, wait, did you ask that one or did I?
I asked that one.
Okay. Next question. Your significant other asks if they look good in an outfit that you find unflattering. Do you tell the truth, potentially hurting their feelings, or offer a kind but dishonest response?
So to lie to you is asking if I would lie to you or tell you the truth. Mm-hmm. I would maybe suggest something different. I wouldn't tell you that it's popping when I don't think it's popping, but you do have your own style, and sometimes you have to just bring me there with some of your outfits. But I get there. But if I thought you was just gonna be out here looking foolish, I would say, baby, how about you try these pants instead?
I do just be trying shit because I used to wear nothing but neutrals and blacks, y'all, and then I might find like one pink top or something, or something that had a graphic on it that I would put on, but I wasn't like really out here trying to wear a lot of popping colors. And now I'm transitioning into trying to wear more bright colors, especially being in entertainment and in on stages and things of that nature. So now I'm just playing with a bunch of colors. I don't know if y'all can see the colors I got on now, but I got on green and yellow, and then
it's a cute outfit though. I gave her a props.
My shoes got cheetah print on them. I just did all kind of stuff with with what I have on today. But yeah, I don't even think I would be offended if you were like, babe, I don't think that works, because most of the time I'm just try something else. Exactly, because that's what I tell myself. I make that joke all the time. I try to put something on my body and my body's like, try something else. That don't go with us. So I wouldn't be offended. I would be more offended if you did lie to me. And then I don't think I would lie to you either. But no. you have a good fashion sense as well. But I definitely wouldn't lie to you. I'd be like, baby, what is what? Why did you choose that?
If I think I'm about to make a questionable fashion choice, I always ask for your help, because I know you're gonna give me the truth.
100%.
Yeah,
100%. Friends, family included. You ask me, I'm gonna let y'all know. That ain't it.
Yeah, and it's not gonna come with a sugar coat.
Yeah, you ain't going with me like that. Something along them lines. You ain't riding with me like that.
Ooh, I like this next one.
I'm ready.
All right. Is it ethically responsible for Black-owned businesses to prioritize hiring within the Black community, potentially excluding other qualified candidates from other backgrounds.
Yes.
Oh, that was it? It didn't come with nothing else?
I think it makes sense. I think the reason that most Black people feel that it would be not okay is because most Black people are not cultured in other people's culture. That's exactly how it goes in other people's culture. Chinese people look out for Chinese. Korean look out for Korean. White people have already proven that they will stand with one another when it's necessary. Mexicans look out for Mexicans. I don't think that it is wrong for Black people or Black businesses to look out specifically for Black people when it comes to hiring and trying to keep money within our communities. I think that Black people are very compassionate, and we are taught to put ourselves last and always help others, which is why we're able to be convinced so easily that we should be more inclusive, even though we are marginally one of the ones that are mainly excluded from things.
I totally agree with that, but I think the question is saying, is it okay to exclude others? So yes, you got your Black hirees, right? But is it okay to exclude other cultures or races?
I guess it would depend on what you mean by okay and excluding. Because if you're saying that you're prioritizing hiring people within your own community, then I don't think anything is, I'm sorry, y'all, my phone's going off. I don't think anything is wrong with that. And I definitely do not think that that should be frowned upon. I think that we should be doing more of that. Now, if you are consciously saying that even though this person here is way more qualified than the people that I am hiring, and I am hiring these people only because they look like me, then yeah, no, I don't agree with that. You're going to run your business into the ground by hiring people that look like you but don't know what they're doing. Hire qualified individuals that look like you.
Yeah, I think that's what the question was aiming at.
Yeah, so that would be my take on it. I am definitely pro-Black. I'm pro people, but I am pro-Black. I'm pro-Black business. I am pro-Black acceleration and Black progress. And in order to do that, we do have to support Black. And in doing that, that also means supporting us and putting us in positions to be more successful. So I do 100% agree with employing more Black people in Black businesses. However, employ qualified Black people in your Black
your
businesses.
cousin.
Yeah, I'm not trying to negotiate with cousin
can't
Ronnie.
be CEO.
You feel me? Don't make him VP of shit. Okay. Cuckoo just got out of doggone jail, and yeah, you trying to make him head of security. Nigga, he will shoot somebody. He just got out of jail. Okay. Put that nigga at a computer. All right. Quit playing with us.
Not put Pookie at the computer.
Right, put Pookie at the computer. He don't need to answer no phones. You know he don't speak that well. He don't need to be at the cashier. He about to steal the money. Put Pookie at the computer. Okay? He can do the doggone, what's it called? Key, not keyboard, key, what is it called? 10 key? Whatever it was. My mama used to do it when I was little, but it's a 10 key something that you do at the computer, which basically is data entry. He can be great at that in a corner by himself.
Where he ain't got to interact with people.
Where he ain't got to interact with nobody.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I say be responsible. If you're gonna hand out jobs like that because you're just trying to help some people get on their feet, then yeah, them niggas they start as janitors, okay? They start as data entry. Don't have them people answering the phones, pissing us off. Don't do that. Now we answer the phone and they're like, we ain't got none of that. No. Put that nigga on the computer, okay?
That's how you lose your business,
yes,
ladies and gentlemen.
That's how people don't come in here no more. Because when they call, they want to speak to me. Hi, thank you for calling Papa John's. Would you like to try our 777 deal? That's 3 pizzas for $7 each. That's what they're calling for. They're not calling for, yeah, what's up? No.
Yo, this Papa John's.
Yeah, this Pookie. No. No. Pookie need to go sweep the floors, okay? So that's how I feel.
Do you get Pookie his nameplate to say Pookie?
Yes, I do. I sure do. So he can feel included. Because it's still the culture. It's still a Black business. I'm not getting ready to have him change anything about himself. I'm just going to put him in a position that he's better suited for. Sweep this floor. Okay? I need you to be on inventory. Can you go count the boxes? Nigga, that's all I'm saying. Give them a job that they can do.
Could you imagine Pimp C working the cashier register?
Or like Too Short or some shit. Come on. Like you gotta...
Too Short could probably sell the shit out of some pizzas.
You have to get people in positions that they are qualified for so that they can elevate your business and also feel good about what they're doing. So no, I don't think that it's wrong for them to prioritize hiring people that look like them. I just think that they should also prioritize qualified people that look like them.
All right, for sure.
What about you?
I agree. I totally agree. I don't think you should exclude anyone if you're hiring two people and one of them is your cousin who ain't got no experience and the other one has 8 years of experience, but they're white.
Right.
I'm gonna hire the white person,
black person under them.
Yes, that's
to
what
train.
I was just about to say. Put your cousin under them to train.
Can colonize your own business. Watch.
Yeah,
have them up there, train them, and then there you go. Boop. You already got their replacements right under them.
Exactly. Hire some qualified people and then let them train all your cousins and
get you a business
siblings.
Consultant.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would do. Okay. You're a doctor with limited resources and two patients urgently need an organ transplant. One patient is young with a bright future and the other is elderly, but lived a great life and has a loving family. How do you decide who receives the organ?
Who was my patient first?
Oh.
Yeah, who's been waiting the longest? Because usually if you need a transplant, you've been on a list for a while. You've been on a transplant list. So I would just follow the rules. That way I don't have any guilt associated with it. It's not my job to decide who lives or dies. It's my job to perform the surgery. So who's up next? If that old person is up next, then the young person hopefully still has some more time to fight because you're young and your body's stronger. If the young person is up next, then hopefully the older person can.
You've been waiting 25 years. You can wait 5 more months.
Right. Can hold out, but that ain't my job, it's not my job to rewrite the policy. If the policy is, if they have a list in order in which they were supposed to go, I would just follow the policy.
I don't think that's how it works with the list. I don't think they go just in order with the list. I think they go with urgency and needs and blah, blah, blah.
But I think the list is by urgency and need. You get moved up and down the list based on your urgency and need, and insurance, of course, how much money you have. But based on your urgency and need, that's
probably the first criteria is how much money you got.
I don't know. I'm not a doctor. But that's how I would do it. I would go by the policy. So whoever was higher on the list would just be who I went with first. That way I could blame it on policy and I could just remove the emotion from it altogether. I'd be focused more so on my job, make sure they survive the surgery.
That's a good answer. Yeah, that is
I wouldn't put no emotion in it at all. I'd be like, who's on the list? Boop, she is. Cool, she gets the surgery. I ain't got nothing to do with the rest of that. I would just continue being a doctor to my other patient because it's not like the other patient would know. It ain't like I would go to that patient and be like, so I'm sorry, I got to get a heart to that person. Yeah, as far as they know, they just still on the list. So I would just continue still being a doctor and following the policy.
I think that one's more of your internal ethics, not what the world could see.
I would compartmentalize quick when it comes to that because somebody's going to die regardless, or it's a high chance that somebody's going to die regardless. Yeah. I would compartmentalize really quickly because that's how you end up depressed if you put too much emotion.
Yeah, in any type of healthcare field, you can end up depressed very quickly.
That is how you end up depressed. I don't want the problem. So I wouldn't put emotion into it at all. I would just follow the policy as I was supposed to as a doctor and be like, well, that's what happened. Yep. And if she survived the surgery of the transplant, then I did my job, and I would celebrate that. And that's it. What about you?
I don't want to steal your answer because that's not how I thought of it. I thought of it as, I thought of it as I would probably give it to the older person because the younger person would have more fight. But it did say both of them were urgent. So then I switched my answer to the younger person because they got a lot of life to hopefully live. And the older person has lived and seen and done already. So I switched my answer to the younger person. Damn. Yeah, I didn't want to steal your answer because it was a really good answer. You could just go with the policy.
I don't know how much life is considered old, though. Because in 20s, people that I saw that were like your age, 38 or whatever, I was like, damn. You know? But then also as a teenager in high school, when you're looking at people who are in their 20s, you think they got their life together because they got money to do their stuff. So I've started looking at age a lot differently. And sometimes when you make it to the age that some people consider old, like in their 60s or early 70s or whatnot, that's the age where they're finally getting to use their retirement, spend the money as they want to, spend time with their grandkids, really travel with their kids, invest in their kids and grandkids' futures the way that they wanted to because they've been working their whole life. I don't necessarily consider it old anymore. I consider that like the golden years where you get to kind of just live your life and look at what all you've accomplished. So I would think that they're both already in wonderful parts of life. Like if you're younger and you're in your 20s, you've got your whole life ahead of you. You might have a certain dream that you want to do and a bright future ahead of you. But you don't know what you're going to face. You don't know what you actually want to do. You're still making decisions based on how other people feel about you, think about you, your family's advice, things of that nature. Once you make it to like 40, you don't give a fuck about none of that shit. You don't care about the advice. You don't care about nobody's opinion. You are living your life for you. So once you make it to, I can only imagine making it to like Angela Bassett's age, because she's in her 60s now, making it to Loretta Devine's age and being able to look back at who you were in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, looking at your kids, looking at your grandkids and the empire that you've built and how much love you have in your life and a loving family. You'd want to spend as much time with them as possible. You worked hard to be able to do that. So to take your life away because, you've lived that long seems kind of selfish only because you worked that long to be able to get to this moment. And now I'm taking that option away from you because you're older than the other person. That's just because I look at age differently now. I feel like a few years ago, I would have made the same decision you made. Well, the younger person has more to contribute. That's not necessarily true. The older person
I wouldn't even say more to contribute.
More life
I
ahead.
would give them, I thought of it as giving them the chance to be able to get to where that person is. Like, if I don't give it to them, they're not even going to get that chance.
True. But the younger person also has the potential to be an absolutely horrible person. The younger person could be a Diddy. The younger person could become a freaking drug addict. The younger person could become a freaking murderer. The younger person could kill somebody next week in their car. We don't know.
Just like you said,
just like the old person.
It could be the complete opposite.
100%.
And if they're an old person now, and let's just, for the sake of a scenario, let's just say they're white, right? And they're an old person now. They live through desegregation, civil rights era. Who knows what kind of horrible shit they did? Because they done found photos of Jerry Jones at a high school when he was in high school. This was a long time ago. He was in high school. They found a photo of him yelling and cussing out a black kid because...
It was a photo? How did they know he was yelling?
He was like doing this.
Oh.
Yeah, at the black kid at the school because they didn't want black kids at their school. The desegregation had just happened. So you got to also think about that. They done probably did some terrible shit in their life at some point in time too. So it's a whole bunch of things to take into account, but I would probably give the young person a chance to live their life.
Okay. In a self-driving car scenario, the vehicle faces an imminent crash. And there are two potential outcomes. You can hit a group of pedestrians or you can collide with the median wall. If you collide with the wall, you will die or you will seriously injure yourself. There's a slight chance you will die. If you collide with the people, you will live, but they will likely pass.
Is there anybody else in the car with me?
It says it's an electric car. How should the car's programming prioritize lives? So I guess you can decide if there are people in the car. It's usually me in the car with you, nigga. You don't often drive alone.
Let's just say I was going to work and it was just me.
Okay.
I would avoid the pedestrians and brace myself for impact.
You would leave me?
It don't say I'm gonna die. It don't say that.
It says there is a large chance that you're gonna die,
Tesla
or they would
at the same time. Because they put me in the precarious position because it's a self-driving car.
But you are dead.
It don't say I'm going to die. It
you
don't
are
say
comatose.
For how long?
I don't know. Longer than you would have been if you would have just hit the lady on the left.
It says pedestrians with an S.
It does say pedestrians with an S. Damn.
Yeah. Either way, Tesla getting sued. But yeah, I'm a just brace for impact because I'm not gonna want to hit. I wouldn't be able to live with that. I wouldn't be me. you wouldn't get the same Jessica back if I hit them pedestrians.
I can heal you, girl.
The same way you can heal me out the hospital.
Right. I can heal your mental better. I'm like, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. We could go and visit them in their coma.
It says they died.
We can go and visit their plots. Make them real pretty every year.
Oh, shit. This is terrible.
I'm kidding.
This is horrible.
I don't know what I would do, honestly. I think in that moment when I notice that the car is doing that, if it's not going to let me jump out of the car, I'd probably swerve.
And hit the median, right?
I would just swerve. I would let the universe decide who and what I was getting ready to hit. I would literally just swerve my car.
But in this scenario, you got to pick one. In this scenario,
but that's what I would do. So we'd probably all be injured because I'd be gonna hit the median and then people because I would just swerve. Oh God, it's in God's hands now. If I miss you, it's because he wrapped his loving arms around you, girl. Because I sure was swerving with my eyes closed. Because if it's not gonna let me out and I'm trying to get out, that's really all. Because I can see myself just freezing and going and that's just it. And what I hit is gonna be what I hit. That's just me being
so you wouldn't
honest.
make a conscious decision on what you were doing.
I think in that situation I would
just
panic. I think in that particular situation I would panic because I realize I'm not in control. I'm in no control at all because if I could control anything, then I would get out of the car. I could still sue Tesla, but anything that happened after that point was clearly not my fault. I wasn't in the car. It hit the median or it hit the people. That's not my fault. I jumped out of the car because it was malfunctioning. But if I can't get out of it and I realize I have no control over what's going on in that car, I have no control over anything but the wheel, I would just shake the wheel. I just know myself. I would panic and end up shaking the wheel. And whatever happened would happen.
Damn.
Yeah.
Like I said, either way, Tesla getting sued.
Facts.
So.
Facts.
Okay. Another healthcare one. As a healthcare professional, you become aware that a patient has potentially a life-threatening condition, but doesn't want their family to know. How do you navigate the balance between patient confidentiality and the family's right to know?
There ain't nothing to navigate. If he don't want his family to know, that's none of my business. I wouldn't tell him.
What if it was a family friend?
Same.
You wouldn't drop no hints? I mean, I know there's HIPAA laws, so you can't legally.
One, it's illegal, but then also I have enough respect for you to, your family better than I do. And you know yourself better than I do. So if you're telling me that you don't want to tell your family and you can't tell your family, I'm going to assume that you know why. You know why they don't need to know. And I ain't going to ask no more questions. All right. That's it. You got my trust. I think that ties in more so to my loyalty.
Okay, hold on. Let me change the scenario a little bit better for you.
Oh, Lord.
Yes, because you was willing to kill anybody to get your mama a drug. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let me change the scenario. So here we go. If you were a doctor and your mother was your patient, but your mom didn't want nobody else in the family to know, you wouldn't say nothing?
No.
You would hold that burden by yourself?
Yeah, I would try to convince her to tell them, though. Every chance that I got, I would try to convince her to tell them. And I would give her justifications because it's our family at that point. It's not just hers. It's our family. And I know my family just like she knows our family. We just know them differently because we have different relationships with each people. But knowing them, I would be able to argue against whatever it is that was keeping her from telling them as well. And then the relationship that me and my mom have, we have enough respect for each other to listen to one another and actually take in what each other is saying. It may take me a little longer, but I'll process it and I'll come back and be like, all right, Mom, you were right. Yeah, I think in that situation, I would still respect it. I still wouldn't tell anyone, but I would try and convince her to tell them, especially my siblings.
I ain't even gonna hold you. If it was me, I would probably leave some medical paperwork sitting somewhere to where my sister could find it.
I respect my parents' wishes. Damn.
I didn't tell anybody. I didn't tell nobody. And I come in the house and my mama's sister eating. Mama, I got your medical paperwork right here. Yeah, I wouldn't tell nobody though. HIPAA laws. HIPAA laws. I wouldn't tell nobody.
HIPAA laws. You still can't leave medical paperwork around just nowhere either.
Yeah.
They got people's socials on it and
I
shit.
would get my...
You going to jail?
No, I would give it to my mama right in front of my sister. Here's the paperwork from the results, the test results. Here they are, mama. Here you go.
And knowing your sister. What test results? Immediately. What you got tested, mama?
Exactly. Nah, because I feel like if it was life threatening and we all needed to understand the severity of the situation and spend those moments, if there was nothing that I could do as a medical professional to reverse it or fix it, I would want to be able to spend those moments and have those meaningful times and thoughts and share.
I get that. I think you're prioritizing you guys' grief and healing and being able to have those last moments, whereas I would be prioritizing the comfort of the person that's actually sick. Right? So it's your decision. You have children. Your children deserve to know. I'm one of your children. You're telling me you don't want to tell the other ones. I disagree. And I would make sure that she knew that I disagreed, because also as your child, I'm going to need help. I know that you're sick. I know, which means I'm going to be recognizing different signs in ways of you breaking down. Who am I supposed to turn to? You're my mom, so you're the person that I turn to talk to. Who am I supposed to turn to grieve? Who am I supposed to turn to when I see these things breaking down in you and I need help? If I can't tell nobody and everybody that I talk to is a part of this family.
Let me convolute the discussion.
I would like the...
Let me convolute the discussion a little bit more. So your sibling knows that you're your mother's doctor, right? Mm-hmm. And they know that your mom was coming in for whatever, a testing, and your mom won't give them nothing. And they come to you and ask, what do you say?
She's sick.
That's HIPAA violation.
No, HIPAA violation would be telling you how sick and what the sickness is.
All right.
Yeah, she's sick, and I'm her doctor, so she's trying to get better.
Okay.
And that's it. And if they're like, well, she won't tell me anything, legally, she's the only person who can, bro. But I'm telling you, as her doctor, all I can. And then I can see my brother now. I don't need you to talk to me as her doctor. I need you to talk to me as my sister. All right, well, brother, she's sick. Shit. What is going on with my microphone? I done got it caught up in there. There we go. But yeah. Yeah, I'd respect her wishes, because I would expect her to respect mine. As you know, when I got diagnosed with thyroid cancer, my mom was the only person I told.
You just didn't want nobody to worry?
Yep, I didn't want nobody in my business, for starters. And it wasn't so much the worrying about whether or not I was going to get better. It was the worrying and then the follow-up of advice and people wanting me to do things that I knew I didn't want to do. Because what was being recommended at that time was a thyroidectomy, which means they were going to have to cut into my throat and remove it. And I refused. And I was like, if I have to dearly depart because my thyroid won't act right, then I will dearly depart. But if you think you're getting ready to cut that close to my jugular and I'm 26 years old, fucked up is what you got me. Baby. I'm not about to just sit here and open up my neck for you, random white man. I don't even know you. Like, what?
You ain't even took me out on a date
Exactly.
yet.
I don't even know you, and you want to see my insides? No, sir. We will try the doggone radiation, the new whatever test pill that you got. And that's what we did. And my mom was the only person I told. But my doctor highly recommended a thyroidectomy at that time. I didn't tell nobody else. I think my mom ended up telling, like, when it got serious, telling my grandparents and the family. But I didn't tell nobody.
Were you mad at your mama?
Mm-mm.
Oh. Okay.
No. By the time she told them, I was already in the program for the pill. So then, at that point, I would have told them, because there was nothing they could have done to try and make me do something else.
Oh, okay. Okay.
What about, oh, you already answered. Did you already answer that?
Yep.
Okay. You have the chance to expose a powerful figure's wrongdoing, but doing so may have severe consequences for your own safety. What factors would you weigh in deciding whether to come forward?
So, exposing Diddy.
Yeah.
I think for me, it would depend on a bunch of different circumstances, because I guarantee you this is not the first time somebody's tried to expose Diddy. I guarantee you. Kim. Like, we all think he killed Kim. Sorry, y'all. that is what we all think is.
Did he do it or did he?
Yeah, we all think he killed Kim. So I think I would have to have some irrefutable evidence. But if I have this irrefutable evidence, is 9 times out of 10 he's already gonna know. Like, I would have to have so many things in place before I did it, and it would have to be a sure thing before I did it. I wouldn't just, if I saw him doing something wrong, just go and throw it out on the internet immediately. I would have to have all of my ducks in a tight ass row before I did it. Yeah, which would probably take some time. So I would expose them, but it would take a lot of time and planning and serious thought.
I think as far as what I would weigh, it would be what was done, right? For starters. Like, if you laundered money or something like that, then I would just keep my evidence, right? Until I needed some fucking money.
I was thinking of Diddy's crimes.
I was like, if you like physically harmed someone, you possibly killed someone. I know factually you killed someone, or you sexually assaulted, someone, or things of that nature. I would also make sure my ducks were in a row. I would make sure that someone that I trusted also had all documents and information in case something did happen to me. But one of the things that I would weigh most is how much information they had on me. Not as far as crimes and things of that nature, because you guys know me. That's not my forte. I've never been interested in anything like that. But information on me as far as like, not even where I lived, but where my children lived. Who my nanny is, if I had a nanny at that time, who my spouse is, and my spouse's schedule, right? Where my family lives, my parents, my siblings, my nieces, my nephews. If they had information like that, it would take a lot more for me to weigh out, how I was going to go about exposing them. Because if they're just going to come after me, and my career and things like that, I've been publicly shamed before. I have been, lied on very publicly before, like whole news stories and shit. I've been through all of that. So although it does hurt because you feel like everybody's against you, even though it's just a couple thousand people, most people don't interact with a couple thousand people in one day. So it feels like a horde of attacks, like everybody hates you in that moment. But people are also very fickle. So after a couple of weeks, that goes away. And me being me, and being able to compartmentalize, I can take you throwing blades at me for a couple weeks if I needed to, in order for me to expose you. But it's once you're going to come after like my babies, once you're going to come after my spouse, I don't know how y'all would deal with being publicly shamed, feeling like that many people are against you, feeling like da-da-da-da-da-da-da because of me. I would take that into consideration. I'm going to expose them, but I would have to prepare you guys first.
Yeah, like for me, I told you about the scenario with the group chat I was in with the baseball team, and one of the kids posted a picture with the ropes that they do exercises with in the gym. He tied it around a black kid's neck and posted the picture. I told you about that shit. You had the same reaction.
Yeah, you did tell me that.
Yeah, and they posted a picture in the group chat with all of the athletes, all of the coaches, everybody, and me in it. And one of the coaches laughed at it. You know how you can hit the laughing emoji? Laughed at it. So I screenshotted it. And I didn't know what to do with it at first. So I sat on it for like a day or two. And it was fucking me up. Because
I was like,
the kid was already
somebody smooth.
The kid, he was black as snow. He was very sweet.
Black as snow?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say black as snow. Black as this microphone.
Okay.
I said that correctly, actually. He was black as snow because his skin was this color, but mentally he was... Yeah, because he was from Congo, but he was adopted by a rich white family. So he didn't...
So to him, white people are family.
Yes, and he didn't know the ramifications of what what that shit was.
We had something like that happen in the Black Lives Matter movement in San Antonio. After the George Floyd murders, someone decided that it would be a good idea to put their knee on another black person's neck just to symbolize like what George Floyd was going through. And the
Too soon, bro.
Exactly. It was
soon.
days, just a few days
Yes,
after.
too soon.
Bro, I cussed so hard and so long at home. And I was one of the leaders.
Yeah.
So I had to watch how I didn't want public eye to think that we were being aggressive toward one another, or that we couldn't come together, or that we couldn't agree on things, or there was so much more fighting within the group. So I had to cuss and scream like just with my group inside. And then when I saw them,
With your other ministers.
right. And then when I saw the two individuals who were also supposed to be leaders in the group at that time, I was very, calm and just, myself. The welcoming, Mama Joe loves us type of energy, but also just pointed out where they were wrong. But baby, when I saw that,
You had to get out the anger first. And
woo,
then
I got to cussing. And my team was just like,
somebody give her a
I
snicker.
was like, what the fuck? Do you not know your history? How do you not know your... Like, I was snapping, bro. And then, yeah. I was like, his family has the fucking internet. Why don't people think? You don't think. What about his daughter? What about his sister? What about his... Like, I lost my shit for a second because nobody thought that through. So I can definitely... I would have handled that very easy, very, very differently. So I'm glad you sat on it. But go ahead.
I sat on it for a day or two, and I didn't know what to do, because the coaches obviously didn't care, and one of the coaches who was the athletic director, he's my boss. So the coaches aren't my boss. The athletic director is, but he was one of the coaches that is in the group chat. So I can't bring it to him because he didn't seen it and probably laughed at the shit too, but not in the chat. It was one of the other coaches that did it. So I thought about going to his boss, but she was in his pocket. So what I did was create an anonymous email address, and I sent it to one of the black reporters. What is his name? I can't remember. Isaiah something. Black dude in Houston who uncovers a lot of this type of shit on the news. And I sent it to him, and it became a whole news story. And it became a whole fucking thing. But nobody got fired.
Wow.
Or disciplined. Yeah, they just had to, they made the students write letters and apologize and shit.
Wow.
Nothing happened. And then fast forward a year and a half later, that's when I got moved to another position. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Because they deduced it was me. They didn't have any proof. They just deduced that it was me. Because everybody, all the kids came in the training room. I was cool with all the athletes. All the athletes come in the training room. Everybody's trying to figure it out. I wonder who said something. I wonder who did it. And I was like, can you be mad at anybody who did it? Anybody who decided to do it? That shit was fucked up, wasn't it?
They like, might have an idea.
Yeah, but they had no proof that I did it. But
till now.
Yeah, till now.
The school like
Fuck
that
them
bitch.
people.
We know it.
Fuck them people.
If you discovered your child was involved in cyberbullying, what? Okay. Yeah, she drew these questions up, y'all. If you discovered your child was involved in cyberbullying, would you report them to the school authorities or try to handle the situation within your family to avoid potential consequences?
Me and my child are going to have a conversation first, and then we're going to go to the school and talk to the kids that he was doing it to. And I'm basically going to try to embarrass him like he embarrassed them. So both of those things would be true for me.
Yeah, I'd probably have my son's whole chest in my hand. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Yeah, yoke.
Just starting out. I've always, I don't know why I was just born this way, but I have always been anti-bullying. I've always been anti-bullying. Now, I did go through a phase where I was, what was it? I wasn't called a bully. I was a mean girl. I was called a mean girl. And I still didn't agree with that sentiment, but in hindsight, I can see why she thought that, because she thought that I was better than her, and she was right. So she accused me. of being a mean girl. I usually don't put myself above people, y'all. Like, I'm usually like really, I try to be as relatable and this, that, and the other, but I was above her. I was. Anywho, I've always been anti-bullying. So I don't think my kids would even push that. But if they ever did try something like that, I could see me shutting down their social media. Like, oh, now you don't get internet unless you're doing your homework. Because what are you doing? You know, why would you even do that? Why would you make somebody feel that way? What do you get out of it? For starters. And then I don't think I would take it to the school at all. I'd probably take it to the parents.
Well, yeah, that's what I meant.
Try to handle it outside of school, period. Because schools keep records. And I don't want anything on my child's record that shows that he was aggressive in any type of way, because they try to use it for any type of excuse. God forbid he does make a mistake, which he will. They all do. All children do. We all do. Humans do. So whenever that mistake were to happen, say it were to happen 3 years after in high school or 4 years, whatever after that situation, I don't want them bringing this situation up as like a continuance, right? Well, remember, we already had to have you here because of this. I don't want none of that. So I would handle it outside of the school. I would probably talk to the parents. Have my child talk to that child, make sure that child had, contact with me, so that if it ever happened again, they knew that they could just contact me directly. And I would make sure that they had my information in front of my child so that he knew, you try this shit again, this is how it's going to be handled. And they text me telling me you did some fuck shit. And bitch, you gonna have to fight me. How about that? You ain't got to worry about him fighting you. You gonna have to come home and fight me. Us. Playing with me. Yeah. You want to be a bully? Let's get it. So, yeah. Well, depending on how old he is, he might have to come home and fight one of his uncles. Depending on how, because my kid's going to be big as shit. I'm big, but yeah. You might have to fight your doggone uncle. You think it's a game. So, yeah.
Okay. If your child is struggling academically and a teacher offers to change their grades in exchange for a favor, how would you handle this situation, considering both your child's well-being and the importance of integrity?
Depending on what the favor was. It depends on what the favor is and what the class is.
Let's say this is further on down the line. We are into some wealth.
They want money for the grade?
Donate a library.
But, like, what's the class?
Philosophy.
No, bitch, fuck you. He could just drop it. He can drop
not college.
Class.
It's not college. It's still high school.
You don't need philosophy to graduate, so no.
Just fail it?
Yeah, just fail that motherfucker. You don't need philosophy to fucking graduate. I would probably, and I love philosophy, and I think my children would too, but in this particular scenario, say it was
science.
Yeah, like, you need that to graduate. That's different. You can at least negotiate on that. Science, math, English, those are classes that he needs to walk the stage. If you,
okay,
bitch,
so
if you come to me
class,
and say philosophy, like, bitch, that's PE. Get the fuck, no.
Okay,
fuck
so it's a class that they need to graduate.
I would negotiate, and I would talk to my child and see exactly what it is that they're struggling with. Do we still have time to fix it?
No.
And I wouldn't talk to that teacher anymore if they're trying to negotiate. I would probably try to talk to the principal or the dean or whatnot. And if she tried to negotiate with me and I had proof that she tried to negotiate with me, I would take that to the board and try and say that she's failing my student on purpose.
What if it wasn't on purpose?
You about to lose your job, bitch. I don't give a fuck. Because why are you trying to get
you gonna make the teacher lose their job?
No,
and your child failed?
The teacher's gonna make me gonna make her lose her job, because why are you trying to blackmail me to change my son's grade? That shouldn't have even been an option for you. And especially if this is the first time I'm hearing from you, lady. You didn't call me when he first started failing. You're calling me at the end of the school year telling me that you can't change the grades, but you can change them if I go ahead and buy you a library. Girl, what? Get the fuck off my phone. I swear for God, I'm walking straight into the principal's office.
Maybe it's not something extensive as a library, but you got to buy uniforms for the basketball team.
I would have probably done that regardless. They could have just asked. But if the benefit of it is he also gets a passing grade, then I would probably do that. I ain't even gonna hold you.
So it just depends on what the money is going to.
I still think I would handle it the first way. I think I would still end up getting the kids the jerseys, but just the principle of it. I would still end up reporting that teacher. Because if you think you about to because I can't be the only student you're doing this to.
So you're gonna say I'm a buy the jerseys, but I need to let you know what this teacher is doing.
Yeah, change his grade. I'm gonna buy the jerseys, and I'm still reporting you to the principal that this is what you're doing. Yeah. Yeah, but then I'll probably also get my son a tutor because you still need to know the actual information. And it depends on why he's failing. Are you failing because you didn't turn in homework, or are you failing because you really don't know? You really don't understand it. You need a tutor, or so it would depend on all of those factors for me. But that does wrap up this episode of Laugh Therapy, guys. Let us know how you guys feel about some of these ethical dilemmas that we are talking about. We would love to hear you guys' opinions as well. And of course, just like every other week, you can catch us here every Thursday at 4 p.m. Be sure to follow us on YouTube. Check out Joe P Comedy or King Me Comedy on all social media platforms. Tell them where to find you, baby.
JSD Sunshine.
Ooh, and we will see you guys next week.